Water is everywhere. Covers 75% of the Earth's surface in lakes, ponds, rivers, and everything, really. It's really awesome because it has so many amazing properties, such as it can hold a lot of heat for a different amount of temperatures, and it can also be in all three states of matter on Earth's surface at the same time. One really cool thing about water is called polarity. Polarity gives it many amazing qualities just because one side of the molecule is more positive than the other side. One side is more positive than the other side of the molecule because, as you can see here, the electrons are all crowding around the oxygen atom, which makes up the water molecule along with two hydrogen atoms. This is hogging all of the electrons, making it more negative because the electrons have a negative charge, while the hydrogen atoms are left with no electrons, so they are more positive charged because they are made out of a single proton, which is positively charged. Another thing you can do that demonstrates this effect is by taking a straw, which is right here, and putting it in this very large glass of water. So, it's a bit hard to see, but what you can see is that the water is rising up a very tiny bit. But, yeah. So this is happening because of polarity. Polarity causes the water molecules to be attracted to each other, which is called cohesion. Because the negative side of one water molecule wants to be attracted to the positive side of another one. So this helps them stick together more, which creates surface tension, and is part of something called capillary action. Another part of capillary action is water's adhesive force, which is its ability to stick to things that are not water, like the glass of this cup or the plastic of the straw. So capillary action is the act of the water rising up the tube of the straw just by its own force. This is because water is attracted into the plastic from the cup, the straw, and it gets poured up in there. But since the water is also attracted to other water molecules, it pulls other water molecules up with it, up through the straw, so it goes up the straw. That is how trees get water up to their leaves. You have these tiny tubes that go from a tree's roots all the way up to its leaves, and when the roots draw on water, since the tubes are so tiny, the water gets pushed all the way up the tree into the leaves, giving them vital nutrients. Another really cool thing about water has to do with ice. If you can, let's see, so I have here my water up again, and I'm going to put some ice into it, and it's going to do something really cool. It's floating. It's floating. If I keep doing this, all of the ice will float. But it's actually really strange, because normally solids of a liquid are more dense, which means they sink, because the atoms are more squished together than the atoms of the liquid. So normally they would fall down, but ice floats up, which is really strange. The reason why this happens is also because of polarity. When water freezes, the molecules want to reorganize themselves, so the positive ends are facing the negative ends of other atoms. This ends up creating a crystalline structure, roughly hexagonal shaped, that forces the water to become bigger than it wants to be. It expands. And this is why ice is less dense than water. The polarity causes the molecules to form a crystalline structure. So ice is basically a crystal. So that raises the atoms, which increases their buoyancy, which makes it why they float on water. Now this is very important for fish that live in lakes and rivers and ponds, because if water actually sank when it froze, then the fish would not be protected from the cold wintry months. There would be nothing to insulate them from the cold air, and they would just freeze to death, which is not good. The ice which floats on top of the surface, it makes a barrier for the heat to stay trapped underneath the ice, so for the fish to survive. And yeah, water is very important in everyday life, and it would not be good if water didn't have the amazing property of being polar. It helps many things with life, and many others that I haven't mentioned in this video. Like, there is also like high heat capacity. There is the universal solvent, like many like that. It's really cool. Go water.